Hey there, hopping on to talk a little bit about the Santorini earthquake that looks like it's going to erupt at any point in time. Today is February the 4th, Tuesday, February the 4th. And yeah, it's early in 2025. January was a long month, it felt like a year. February kind of just started, but it started with a bang. On Friday the 31st, about 6:30 when I got home from dinner, I came in, turned on YouTube, and realized that a plane fell from the sky in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Of course, 2 days before that, the Black Hawk and the commercial airliner collided. So people are still reeling from that. So 2025, it's definitely here. It's 25ing. It's the year of the snaking, although that's not necessarily all a bad thing. So anyway, so we're at Santorini. It is important to know that in addition to the Santorini ancient earthquake from the 1600 BC, it erupted. Okay, think about Pompeii, kind of on that scale, massive, epic, the whole deal. It looks like that's going to happen again. One of the reasons why that may be happening again is because it's connected to the solar flares and the CME, the coronal mass ejections that are happening currently. We're currently in a Solar Maximus. There is, over time, cosmically, a cycle that the sun goes through. It has a solar minimum and a solar maximum. Solar minimums, there's not a lot of flares, not a lot of activity happening on the surface of the sun. And then it moves through, I think, an 11-year cycle. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then it goes into Solar Maximus. Solar Maximus gradually builds. We are almost at the pinnacle of the Solar Maximus. Therefore, there's a lot of activity on the surface of the sun. So it kicks off these plasma ejections, right? Those plasma ejections are called CME, coronal mass ejections. So if there's a solar flare, then that solar flare allows coronal mass ejections to eject from the surface of the sun. Then it carries charged particles. Those charged particles, if they make it into our magnetic space, that electromagnetic field that surrounds the sun, if it hits into that space and compromises it, it could enter the ionosphere. The ionosphere would now affect all of the technology and all of like the electrical grid, the whole deal. So when you see, it also affects the core and the magma of the planet. And so those charged particles have a reaction to the generator that is the core of our Earth. And it reacts. And as it reacts, it makes the core more molten, meaning it's more fluid. And as it becomes more fluid, the plates move a little bit more. And as the plates move a little bit more, then you'll see our land, aka volcanoes and earthquakes. So that solar flare that's happening right now at Solar Maximus is affecting the Earth, and we see the results as earthquakes. Switch to today. So they've had 200 documented earthquakes over the past 4 days. So that's, I guess, the 30th, 31st, up till today, the 4th. The highest one was this morning, Tuesday, February 4th, which was, I believe, a 5.3. So each one is steadily rising. So if you guys take a look back, because this is timeless, if you guys look back, you'll see that there was a gradual buildup, and with that buildup, they were sending people off to evacuate off the island, just because it seemed like it's going to go. Today is the 4th. It has not gone yet, but there's a great chance it's going to be a massive, epic volcano. Life-changing, planet-changing on that kind of level. So it's important to watch. But as we see those kind of land shifts that are happening and earthquakes and this like major destruction, please understand that it is directly correlated to the sun, to the cosmic space. The cosmos has a direct effect on us and our bodies, even though we don't realize it yet. It is true. So keep thinking about that. Pay close attention to what is happening in the cosmos, planetary alignments, what's happening on the surface of the sun, and know that those effects show up here. It shows up on our bodies, and it also shows up across the planet. Thanks.